Hello there, this is Sherry Simpson. It is Monday, and after the new moon eclipse and all of the crazy eclipses, and now we are, I think there's 7 planets in retrograde. It's time for you to start acting on the newness that you want to create. It's amazing to do that within 3 days after the new moon. So the new moon was on the 11th, so you're still within that window of beginning to act and set new intentions. So in order to do that, you likely want to be able to assert yourself in ways that you haven't in the past. And the energy is stirred up after the eclipses and the retrograde, so that there is going to be some uncomfortableness and some areas where you're going to have to set more boundaries. So in order to do that, you do want to step into a place of how do I assert myself. And in order to do that, you can use a mudra, and this particular mudra is a pretty easy one to do compared to some of them. It's one that you do with both hands, with your hands on your lap, sitting up tall. And what this does is activates, and it's a root chakra base. So it activates and energizes and creates vitality in your human body and in the way that you actually assert or promote or move forward with your human actions. So what this does is helps to strengthen your digestion. So it has to do with that root chakra area. It also helps you to assimilate, which means that you're actually getting all of the nutrients out of your food, and eliminate, which means you're getting rid of the stuff you don't need. It regulates your body weight. And it can also assist in, and of course I'm reading the back of the card because they all have these cool things on the back. It can assist you in reducing your sluggishness. So when you're asserting yourself, you're actually putting some energy into what it is that you want to create. So this is going to increase the amount of energy that you have available and reduce your sense of exhaustion. I know that we've gone through quite a bit over these last 3 months, over this last year, over the last decade for most of us. So allow yourself to release your exhaustion and to create some fire in your belly that will help you assimilate and release what it is you don't need and act on what you do. So this can activate the solar center to increase your overall vitality. And this is like your confidence center. The interesting thing about this number is that it's a 22, and 2s are about you stepping into a place where you're in relationship with others. It's also your creative space and your sacral chakra where you're actually activating what it is that you want to build. You're deciding and actually acting on building and creating and producing and birthing new ideas and new concepts and new relationships. So it's time for you to assert yourself so that you can actually do that. So this is a fire element, which means it does put the fire underneath your bottom in order to get you moving. So what you do with this mudra is it's always best to do the mudras very softly with your fingertips rather than pushing really hard. And it is also best to do them for less time more often during a day or during the week. And I say it's the same as with essential oils because I use those as well. And it's better to use 1 drop of an oil, 5 or 6 times a day than it is to use 10 drops once a day. It's the same with the mudras. So you're shifting your energy more often, which is completing a sense of consistency for you. So with each hand, what you're doing is you're touching your thumb with your your thumb with your pointer finger and your ring finger. Your middle finger and your pinky finger are going to be straight. Your palms are up and you're just touching the tips of your fingers, and you can tell the difference. So I can feel the difference when I'm pushing down on this rather than when I'm just touching my fingertips. I know it's not that easy to actually create the length through your other fingers, but think about it as pushing through your fingers to lengthen them as you're resting these ones. And that's going to allow some, I can feel the energy flowing in my hands. I don't know if you can when you're doing this. And I actually feel it more on my right side, which is kind of interesting because the right side is your logical, it's your masculine, it's your active, it's your doer. And that's what we're actually doing, is asserting ourselves in forms of doing more of what we want to do and create in the world. So as you're doing this, you're thinking as your focus or your affirmation, my inner fire is vibrant and alive. So you're glowing and burning the embers of your inner fires inside in order to take that energy and allow it to build so that you can act on it and assert yourself. So let me know how that works for you. Let me know if you try this, if you have any comments or questions. The number 2s in here also add up to a 4, and that is the masculine side. It's the dominant side, but it's also the heart-centered side where we really need to be balanced. So if you have been asserting yourself in the past, but you actually haven't been asserting yourself in a way that really serves you or is for your highest and greatest good, or really is like from a heart-centered place, it's more of an I should be doing this, then allow yourself to balance that so that you can actually step into I want to assert myself because I know this is for my greatest good and I know that I'll feel better doing this and it's for me. And when it's for you from that place, it's for everyone else as well, and it gives them permission to do the same. So step into your confidence, step into your place of assertion, and let me know if this works for you. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.